Ladies and gentlemen, children of the interwebs out there, Sebastion, Envi, strong style cinephile. Different sort of setup. Didn't feel like moving stuff around. And I am making Warhammer models. So I'm on my workspace. But just want to touch on Brave New World for like a couple seconds. Let's geek about it for those couple seconds. Now, the opening weekend box office, it did better than people expected. I've seen a whole bunch of like crash out videos on TikTok and YouTube and such where people are railing against the film for being this and that. Some people are railing against the people that are railing against it, saying it's overhated, which I do think the film is like overhated. As I said in my review, is it the best? No, by far. Is it the worst? No, by far. In a world where Iron Man 2 and 3 exist, in a world where the Dark World and Love and Thunder exist, where we have the Eternals, the Marvels, and like people want to try to say that Brave New World is like the worst and that Marvel, like now the MCU is cooked because, you know, Black Captain America had his own movie. My criticisms remain about the story kind of being like choppy and stuff. Giancarlo Esposito, loved him in it, but I feel like, and we learned that Seth Rollins, his character, he was playing King Cobra before he got cut and left on the cutting room floor. To me, Esposito should have been King Cobra, like as the dude at the top who is, doling out orders and just the head of, in charge of all these, terroristic machinations that are going on. Seth Rollins should have been the one that was like throwing down with Anthony Mackie for like the car scene, if you've seen the movie. Like, not Esposito. Like, I like the scene, I like the idea of the scene. I just didn't like him doing it because he's old. Brings gravitas and weight and everything to the movie. And every role that dude plays, the dude's phenomenal. But he's just a bit old to be throwing down with the main action movie guy. You know what I mean? I mean, sure, even if he was King Cobra, maybe they find their way to him. He puts up like a little, like, 30-second fight and then gets knocked out because he's not that guy. Like, he shouldn't be that guy. So I'm disappointed, like, that was the way that they took the route that they took. Maybe you should put another marquee name on the poster, because we know that there's a whole bunch of reshoots and studio interference, stuff like that. Not that that ever goes wrong. But it was a good, like, decent movie. Like, it's like, you're not gonna have infinite returns of billion-dollar movies because I mean, people are like, some people aren't even with the MCU now. They tapped out after Endgame, which is fine because they liked Iron Man and Cap and blah blah, and these new characters aren't ones that appeal to them. That's okay. Like, we shouldn't expect every one of these to be billion-dollar, movies. It'd be nice. It's good to have aspirations, but realistically, that's not where we're at. So we need to adjust our expectations, and just because it doesn't get like a $1 zillion opening weekend doesn't make it a bad movie. Now I'm curious to what the inevitable, because nearly every movie has one, that second week drop off and what the percentage that is. I think the movie's decent. Everybody brings it. I was surprised that Harrison Ford didn't phone it in. I mean, the dude's like 80 plus and he's still like wanting to do this stuff. Anthony Mackie's good. To me, again, still my thing that he's a better Robin. He's not a Batman. That's what I stand by. But given the role that he has been given in this movie, it's great. Carl Lumbly is great. It's a good movie. It's a fun way to spend a couple hours, like, and that's fine. We'll see where it goes from here. I doubt he gets another movie. I think that he's in the first, Doomsday. Maybe he's in Secret Wars, and like that's it for him, which is fine because I mean he's been around since the Winter Soldier. So if he moves on, I'm okay with that because he's kind of sort of part of like the old guard. So he can step aside. He got his solo movie. He's been in a bunch of other movies. He can step aside at this point. You know what I mean? But remains to be seen how it all plays out. What the ultimate box office is for Brave New World. I'm curious to see what that is. But for me, It was like a decent movie. It was like, solid 6.5, 7. And that's okay. But anyway, those are my thoughts on it, scattered as they often are. What do you guys out there think? Let me know in the comments below. Follow me on social media. Got some new Spider-Man ups, I think, to talk about. And then we got the episode titles for Daredevil, which shall be upon us soon. And then we got Reacher Season 3. I might talk about Reacher. Maybe not. But anyway, until next time, fuck Nazis and Nazi sympathizers. And let us geek.